Today I'm going to be looking at the movie realization Ashigaru Stormtrooper. Now this is another one in the line of Bandai movie realization figures, which are figures that sort of imagine Star Wars characters as if they were feudal Japanese military figures, or samurai figures, basically. I've reviewed the Darth Vader figure, who is imagined as a samurai general, and this one is, of course, a foot soldier. Ashigaru meaning foot soldier. This is the box on the back. We can see a just an explanation of its features, basically, and it's got it pictured with that Darth Vader figure, which I will bring out shortly. If you open the box, you have the figure and a multitude of hands, as well as some weapons and the like. And here we have a little explanation sheet talking about how to use the various parts. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this guy out of the package and see what he looks like. So when you get him out of the package, the first thing you'll probably notice is that the lighter color armor really makes it a lot easier to see a lot of the details compared to Vader's armor. So you can see all the little, stitches and things, and all the little details, like his nipples here, that might have been lost in a sea of black with Vader. He's got definitely a helmet that is inspired very heavily by the Stormtrooper design, but still looks like it could be sort of a samurai helmet. And one thing about this armor, and this was true with Vader as well, is that it's actually composed of a lot of different pieces. There's pieces attached to the back of the helmet. There's pieces hanging down here. These parts are actually on a ball joint, so you can adjust them appropriately when you move him. These also sort of hang down. There's multiple layers here, so there's a lot going on there. It's definitely an impressive suit of armor. If we compare him to the Black Series Stormtrooper, you can see that there's a big difference in size, which is kind of surprising to me. I didn't expect it to be this major. I think these are supposed to be in the same scale, but maybe not. He looks very skinny and not too impressive compared to this guy. But it is useful to compare the two, just to see their armor designs. So obviously the helmet. We have on the Stormtrooper, which is not something I really thought about very much, but he does have chest armor that is divided as if it were a chest. And here they've taken that to its logical extreme and made it literally into a chest with nipples and everything. On the legs, both sides, it's an asymmetrical design. On this side you've got this kind of vertical design, which they've carried through, and on this side it's a sticking up sort of knee pad. So they've definitely mimicked that, but they've also gone their own way. One thing I just noticed here is, of course, they have the thing in the back. They did not do anything with this, which is interesting, but they do have this cylinder. I'm not even sure what that is. Let me know if you know what that is supposed to be. But yeah, we got in terms of accessories, he comes with about half a dozen hands, fist hand, sort of a loosely open hand, and then these more sort of gripping or trigger hands. And I think, frankly, these are the ones I'm going to use all the time. I don't even think I'm going to use the other ones hardly at all, unless I get another one of these Stormtroopers, and then maybe I would use the other ones just to break up the you know, monotony a little bit and have them in a different pose or something, but otherwise this is going to be it. Now, he also comes with this blaster, which I think is quite interesting. If we get a closer look at it, they've made it into a flintlock pistol, and you can even move. This is the little striker thing here. That's a separate piece. And, you know, of course, the samurai, they did have gunpowder, at least at certain points in history, you know, depending on what time period you're talking about. So it's not inappropriate for them to have this. It also comes with this sword, and the whole thing, the scabbard and sword, will come out of this holder if you want it to. The sword itself just looks like a normal samurai sword, basically. They didn't, unlike with Vader, they didn't really have to mimic a lightsaber or anything like that. So I guess they just went with a sword that seemed appropriate looking. So yeah, this is a pretty impressive looking figure, but probably what most people are getting it for is to display it next to Vader. So let's take a look. In fact, this is the first time I'm actually seeing these together in person. And yeah, that is an impressive combination. I may need to get another one of these just so I can have one on either side of him. Food for thought. Anyway, they're definitely well made and well painted figures. Now this one, well, I mentioned before, this one's in the, well, assuming you got him before he became rare, you probably get him in the $80 to $90 range. Now it's easily over $100 to get this guy. This one is a little bit cheaper, the Stormtrooper, $70 or $80, or possibly a little less if you get him from an importer direct from Japan. I've got one more of these in this line to show you sometime soon, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, let me know what you think of this line and of this figure. I know a lot of people are turned off by the price, and I don't blame you at all. I'm kind of turned off by it as well, but I don't know. For me, I'm very much attracted to the ancient Japanese style here. As I mentioned earlier, I'm a Japanese translator, so I've got connections to Japan and Japanese culture, and so combining my two main interests like this makes it hard for me to resist. But I can understand other people being a little bit reluctant to jump in to this line given these prices. In any case, I look forward to hearing what your thoughts are, and I appreciate you watching.